Lele was throwing. I went in man coverage. She was throwing like out routes so quick, like so quick. It was so weird, making all the perfect passes on some kids.
Sure.
It was tough though. I ain't gonna lie. The CPU was weird this game.
Slow Gizzy.
He ain't in here yet.
Fuck a rally.
So Glizzy ain't hop on. Damn.
I don't even think he knew he probably played you.
Want me to reach out?
Yeah, could you get him from me?
Hitter, you about to play tonight?
Oh shit, hit in the building.
He played the Chiefs.
Ooh.
Yeah. I hope
Good match.
I ain't gonna be able to play tomorrow, so I hope he hopping on tonight.
You gotta tell he gonna hop on tonight?
He probably will.
We'll reach out to him.
Is that Shogun?
Guns on.
Nah, that's
Guns is in Vegas.
Oh.
He hopped on to play earlier today. But that shit was dropping.
You're probably drunk.
I just hit him, see if he gonna respond.
Yeah, he played Circumbob week 1. He said he was whooping on him 21-0. It dropped. Then they ran it back. He played. It was 14-10. Then it dropped again. They played like a quarter.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but Shogun's in. He on Vegas, but still, like that shit. Yeah, that shit dropped 3 times or twice. Shogun's said.
The fuck shit is.
Probably in a hotel or some shit. For
Yeah, it probably was. It probably was his shit. But Bop shit so terrible
that it bounces off.
Crazy
Yeah,
how
like
you just know who the terrible shits is. No, I'm out at dinner right now. He said he out at dinner right now, bro.
Ask him could he go tonight when he get back. And he ain't telling me no rush, but
cause he on West Coast time.
Yeah, I know it's 8 o'clock where he at. So, if he could play like 12, 1, or if not, I just catch him tomorrow.
And then we done. Then there's one. Okay, man. So I left off. What's going on, fellas? We'll talk again. Here we go. Just want to, recap the drafts and talk about week 1 situations and who players came in on their debuts and played well. We did the NFC North and the AFC North. And in the process of talking about both of those teams, I mean both of those divisions, I do think both those divisions got better.
Young Nines, we up at Junkies.
He is?
Yes, sir.
In a few hours, I'm thinking. I'll hit him when I get back. He said he'll be back in a few hours. He'll hit you when he get back.
We can run that whenever you want to run that now. It don't matter. And you need real talk help, or you good?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. So yeah, we did the NFC North and the AFC North. So I'm gonna stay with that trend, and I'm gonna do divisions, and I'm gonna do each side. We stay with them trends right now, man. A lot of you guys got to play week 1 already. You know, with the, like again with the draft we had, there's a whole bunch of debuts that happened today and yesterday in those games. Definitely want to take a look at, you know, highlight reels and what happened and who did what on stats and stuff like that too, especially the young guys that just came in the league. We had a coaching change as well. Rich the Barber is back, and he will be joining the AFC West and taking over the Las Vegas Raiders. We also got Jimbo on the Saints at this point right now. 2 new coaches, one in the NFC, one in the AFC. Rich the Barber has been an original member forever with us, man, from day one. He a day oneer, fault. Richard. Now Richard is a basketball guy, so he played Madden. He usually don't really play during real draft. Once football season is over, he don't really fuck with the game. But you know the new game about to come out, so you know he all the way back, ready to go. So let's see, we got Rich the Barber taking over those mighty Raiders. And we'll see how that go. And then you get Coach J gets over there on the Saints and makes that division that much more competitive over there. So the NFC is next Madden, buddy. Relax. The NFC got a little tougher. In my opinion, I think it definitely got a little tougher. We'll see how things go and what's going on. Who won't step up to the challenge and try to dethrone the Rams, who has been in 2 Super Bowls back-to-back years and went 1 for 1. He is this year's Super Bowl defending champ, and he wears the crown, and we are all trying to take that crown and knock it the fuck off his head. What division do I want to talk about today? We ain't the best team in the league, dog. You lost your fucking mind talking like that.
You go AFC West, NFC West?
AFC, NFC?
AFC West, NFC West.
Nod, you ready?
I'm yeah, hold on, let me finish updating this last one.
Nah, I want to go. I want to go.
We'll go straight to I would say the East, but
Nah, I'm gonna do South. I'm gonna do South today. Let's go South. NFC South. NFC South. All right, so we'll start with the South right now, and we'll go. Let's start with the Jets. Damn, yo, yo, niggas gotta get this nigga his players back. This shit ridiculous. I don't know why I ain't make a list for the Steelers. Every time the Steelers. The Steelers, all his players is everywhere right now. He lost everybody like the Saints did. Niggas tore free agency up. Where all this bread come from?
Alright, on 3.
1.
Alright, so Malik Willis is going to be quarterback QB1 for the second year for the Jets, coming into his second year. Malik definitely had he had an 82.7 QB rating, and he threw for 3,156 yards, 20 touchdowns versus 32 picks. When you throw 12 more interceptions than touchdowns, things got to change over here. He'll get a pass. They did make the playoffs. He'll get a pass season 1. Taking on a new system, a new offense, and a new team, but that's going to have to change. Where he's not out here donating like this. But week 1 looks like he had 154.7 QB rating, 233 yards passing, and 3 touchdowns, no picks. That's the start you want with your quarterback. Again, he's a dual threat. They did pick up a backup in Eli Payton. a legit backup, 6'7", 230-pound quarterback, man. Beast. All right, so in free agency, they attacked Kenny Gainwell. These guys picked up a lot of free agents this year, so I think they did a little bit of both. They drafted and they tore up free agency. So they picked up Kenny Gainwell, and they drafted David Meggett. David Meggett was, I think, a fourth round pick. Fifth round pick 21, so they got them a great backup to have right here. And then Kenny Gainwell, you know, he was known for catching the football for the Buffalo Bills. So although he has good speed and can run the football, he's going to be more of a receiving back, as you can see by his ability on him right now. The problem is Kenny Gainwell going to be able to keep those abilities, knowing that he hasn't really been doing anything for the last 4 seasons. But AI is still here. The best running back in the league last year is still on his team. So they're good. Let's go look at the wide receiver course. So they come back with Boo McCoy, Theo Weiss, Rashad Bateman. And then they picked up Sterling Sharp Jr., which to me was a really good pickup. 90 overall, good speed, 95, 6'3", 225, big body. Probably one of the strongest receivers to come out of the draft. And then he's a good blocker at that too. So that gives them a good receiving core. All of them are blockers over here. So with that heavy run game they got receivers that can lock on corners and get them out the way for more running lanes for the running backs. But with that being said, my question for these guys at the receiver position, who's who? You got Bateman back. He drafted him, traded him, and got him back. So who's who? So is it a Boo McCoy show? I mean, I would think Sterling gonna have to come to play ASAP, right? So you got to use those 3 receivers. I like the receiver core over here. The problem was when you stopped AI, the Jets didn't have answers to being able to score points and win big ball games. Anytime they played somebody that was able to hold, which was not a lot, able to hold AI under the wraps, they didn't win the ball game. Simple as that. So now I will want to know how Malik Willis' progression going to be. Is there a receiver threat that could be a problem? So you know what I mean. I think you got them over here. You got the names. What can you do with them? So he also picked up Eric All in free agency from the Raiders. So you get a really good tight end that hasn't played at a high level since their coach left the Las Vegas Raiders. So can he duplicate that? He still had, as a computer team, he still had 99 catches last year for 1155 and 8 touchdowns. So is he going to better do a look? And then the 3 touchdowns that was scored, this is a great pickup, I guess, because Eric All scored all 3 touchdowns that was scored in that was thrown from Malik Willis and Gainwell. 5 catches, 15 yards, 3 touchdowns. It looks like they found a weapon.
Oh my God, I forgot you got it.
As you continue through, you know the line is still on. They picked up Biggie Falk right now. 6'9", 350, 94 overall, 95 strength, 95 across the board when it comes down to blocking. My question is, does he become a day 1 starter? If you draft that type of talent, you got to play him. Where is the question? They kind of got good linemen. I think I would play him over Chris Lindstrom. And start him at guard for right now, or kick in Mekhi Becton and move Falk out the right tackle. Let's look at him again. This kid is a big boy, 6'9", 350, baby. Good speed and everything. So I like that pick. Was he his first pick? Third round pick 21. He did have a second round pick, so that wasn't his first pick. On the DN side, Billy Mann's still there. Sean Price is still there. He takes Christian Baymore from out of free agency, along with Katron Evans. So they grab one of the top D tackles to come out of our draft in 2021. Steelers lost his player. We'll have to talk about that. I don't know if that's going to be able to stay there right there. So linebackers still pretty much kept them together, still in the building. For Patrick Queen being 30 years old, he hasn't been dropped yet because I feel like, you know, he kind of played really, really well last year. Even though I said I want to drop all the 30-year-olds, it was some guys that you can argue for, and he was one of them. So at this point, he gets to hold on to it. He did get hammered from me last year in the trade, so he's loaded at the linebacker level. So far, he drafted a backup running back, which was needed, and a lineman, probably one of the top linemen in the draft, which will be a day one starter. And then on defense, he came over and got D Green, man. Darryl Green's clone, 99 speed, 99 acceleration. I mean, you just can't coach that. Then he traded for Marcus Washington from the Vikings. The Vikings gave up their fourth corner to get a tight end in that trade. So he's loaded that corner because at the end of the day, Humphries is getting dropped. So he has to move on from him, and he has the players to do it now. Trey Shaw here, Kelvin Joseph, and then D Green right now, Marcus Washington. So he's loaded right now. And that secondary went from not a strong point completely to being looking right back to being really good strength at the cornerback position right now. All right, at free safety, Brent English is still there. Tyreek Johnson as a backup, and then you got Hufanga, Cyrus Fagan, and Jalen Ramsey is now 34 years old, playing strong safety for him, which you really don't probably see the field at all. But he still got this team intact. He added some real good pieces out of free agency, and then he landed in the draft. He landed the corner, which was really good, the fastest corner in the draft, and he drafted one of the better linemen in the draft. So I like what he did. He pretty much kept his whole team together and added some pieces through free agency.
Ransom, that's you. Ah!
Come on. That's the ball, son. Oh, he dropped it.
Oh, dropped it. This your first year with these niggas, that's why. I'm like, damn, what the fuck?
Little Tom I said, best team in the league. Little bastard. All right, so off the Jets, you got to go to your team too. The Bills, okay? So Marcus Holmes, the my player, comes from the Jets, and he is now the starting quarterback over here. Casey Thompson will be losing his abilities over here as well. Then you go look at the backfield. You got Chris Tyree and one of the hardest runners in the league, Branson Robinson. So they still good there. They picked up Tom Rathman. Really good fullback to have. I mean, he's definitely a threat out the backfield as a receiver. And he's going to be a big time. Now you got a big bruiser in front of a big bruiser. Simple as that. So let's see how, you know, the Bills have been trying to emphasize the run game a lot lately, and by him running has turned into wins. So let's see, you know, they added a great fullback. This is a dog at fullback. Let's see if he can implement him, though. He could put him in situations where he can be effective as hell, because we had three good fullbacks come out. And I would say he's the second best one out of the three that came out. So I like that pick for sure. And we go look at the receivers. They picked up Terrell Owens. It all comes down to being able to throw the ball. The receivers over here, in my opinion, I like them a lot. You picked up Terrell Owens Jr., so you got a dog at receiver, 94 speed, 94 excel, 6'5", 225. It's probably a luxury pick for him. I know when he drafts and he picked these guys, it looks good. Like, damn, I got him. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. Second round pick 12. He spent it on a receiver. The problem is you got to better use these guys. We talk about this all the time when I'm on these real talks. It's one thing to pick good players. The other thing is, can you use them? Or are they in graveyard spots? That's just the conversation when I get through some of these teams. It's always that. Are they going to play for you and be a factor? Or is it a graveyard spot?
I seen it.
So Mike's going to have to show us something. I don't know if he didn't play week 1, played the
dropped,
Raiders.
so it's
I
sad.
do want to see
Can't
Terrell
catch
Owens.
shit.
A lot of these
Tight
rookie
end.
receivers went ham today, no matter if they played the game or not. 3 receptions, 104 yards, and a touchdown out of Terrell Owens Jr., man. So they balled out. My thing is Henry Ruggs hasn't been Henry Ruggs since he left the Raiders. Simple as that. And then you got the type of guy on your team that like there's no reason why he should 48 catches, 701, 5 touchdown. This guy can stretch the field, and he should stretch the field for you. And he got to figure that out though. He got a good host of receivers. Elijah Moore, 5'9", Henry Ruggs 5'11", and then you got some big receivers down here.
He's
My
done for
thing
the
is,
fucking
how do you
game.
use these guys to make
Shit
them
sad.
a part of your offense? Not only do they got Michael Myers, they also picked up a rookie and Chad Dawson at 6'7", 93 speed, 94 excel, 95 special catch. So again, you see a guy that's picking. His GM is a great GM. The whole thing is they just don't have a good coach. And I hate to be blunt like that, but when you look at this team, man, he got one of the better teams in the league. And the problem is you got to be able to get these guys involved because that's how you win ball games over here. And this team is good enough to win his division every year. They are one of the better teams on paper. So we need to see some stepping up out of the coaching over here. Good on the line. Did he go line at all? I just want to make sure we get a rookie. Yep, Christopher Robinson. 6'6", 326, 94 strength, 85 speed. This guy can play as a true guard right here with that speed, bro. Imagine him pulling and turning corners right there with that speed, man. I would find a way to get him on the field ASAP. So the offensive line is super solid.
Hey, what let me jump?
The ends, Candoa still in the building. D tackles. You got Freezer Perry, bro. 6'9", 395, 84 speed, 85 acceleration, 97 strength. You already know for Refrigerator Perry, you got Freezer Perry, so you know what clone he is. And this can be very dangerous. This is like the chief defensive tackle from
Did not
last
let me
year.
throw
Still.
it. What the fuck? Yo.
So my question will be: is this his first round pick? Oh my God! This was like this was one of those picks until he put the donut on his neck. Make me don't even want to talk about him now, though. But this is one of those needed picks, though. I thought the
Thank you.
Bills
Well,
defense was really good, especially at the linebacker level. They needed an interior D lineman, and they got it with Fritz Perry right here. So I really like that. As you can see, linebackers are still who they are over here. And they picked up Junior Seau. Yeah. No, damn. I thought they was on the table. No, I moved. Oh yeah, I did. Here, baby. Here, baby. All right, so Junior Seau, 94 overall. I mean, dog. As y'all seen, the way I made the linebackers this year, I wanted height, very big height, and I wanted names.
there we go.
We put a lot of juniors in the league and a lot of clones of already NFL stars that retired in the league now. You know, shout out, rest in peace, Junior Seau. But then he gets a guy with 98 hit power, 90 tackling, 94 speed, 95 excel, 85 blocks shedding. He already got 85 zone right now, play rec 80, pursuit 92. He's a monster. 85 man. If he can use him right, and honestly, the Bills, their last like 3 drafts been a headliner at linebacker. They've been like going linebacker. I might have just had kept this one the whole time. It ain't clearing up yet. It look like it's swollen. Those look like pyramids. But this is a big piece right now. So now when you go look at this linebacker core, who's the odd man out? I know Drew Sanders plays, and you got Parsons and JOK. I'm more thinking he should move JOK back to outside linebacker and go with Parsons and Junior Seau in the middle. You know, he made room for him. This is a hell of a pick. So you got Freezer Perry. I mean, look at the players that this guy drafted. Let's just look at what he drafted so far. Fuck free agency if he did anything there. First round pick 12, Junior Seau. 6'7", 255, X Factor, right? Then you get Freezer Perry, 6'9", 395. This guy 400 pounds with 84 speed, 85 acceleration. Let's just not ignore that, right?
Oh my
This
There
is
you
God.
the
go, big
second round
fella.
pick.
There you go, big fella.
Then you get Terrell Owens Jr. in the second round as well with his second round pick, right? You see where we're going at, right? So we get Terrell Owens.
That's not 6'8",
Then
right?
he had then he had
6'6".
two firsts. I think he had this
6'8", number 4.
this draft too. So we get Chad Dawson at tight end. Mike, third round, pick 12, where he landed a dog there. So as you can see, top tier receiver, top tier tight end, probably the best D tackle on the draft, and one of the top 5 linebackers to come out the draft. And that's just right now with his rookies. And we ain't even talking about nothing else. Let's see what he did in the secondary. He picked up Chuck Woodson, Charles Woodson, clone C. Woodson. So he's loaded, bro. This guy, I mean, he becomes a player that becomes your number 1 or 2 ASAP over here right away.
Hey, Jamie Collins, you butt bitch.
Jesus Christ, Battle Hartwell. All right, so the Bills fucking draft is probably one of the better drafts I've seen, bro. Out of the guys we talked about some good drafts earlier today. Guys picked some good players up. I mean, granted, the draft was loaded, and you really couldn't miss, especially if you're picking in the top 15. You shouldn't miss on no picks, but he fucking went dummies, bro. Because at cornerback, I thought Elam always played at a high level for him. Marcus Williams from Ohio State, up and down type of player. Markevius Brown as well, really not a no-namer. But then you go get C. Woodson. This is a game changer for you. I do want to see what round he got him in. And this was the first round pick, so this was the second first round pick. So he had 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds it looked like. So he did a good job, bro, with his picks. All these players are day 1 starters. They come right in the start. Again, the problem with the Bills is, can the coach this team up? They are loaded, and they can line up and play with anybody on paper, but can he coach them up? Because he had a hell of a draft, flat out across the board. He had a great draft. The problem is, are we going to see these players be players for him? Are they going to make plays? Are they going to do some things where they can help him win his division? Because I really like what he did with every last one of his picks. It was a great draft by Coach Tillman. Now, the problem is, can you coach him up, Coach Tillman? You already know that answer? What'd you say, Erica?
Nope. We already know that answer.
So, nope, he ain't gonna better coach him up. Oh shit. Well, he had a great draft, man. Now let's get to the Dolphins. He always not speak a little louder, man. My audience would like to hear what Mrs. Goodell got to say. He what?
He always know how to put a team together. Still can't win though.
Still can't win though. Gotta win some ball games. Simple as that, right? He put a hell of a team together, though. All right, so Cody Cunningham comes over here to the Dolphins. I like Cody Cunningham, and again, there's something missing here. I can tell because he's not in the 90s yet, so it might be something I missed out on there. But with that being said, Cody Cunningham comes in the league with 95 speed, 95 acceleration at 6'6", 220 pounds.
No.
Look at a clone of Cunningham.
Yeah,
The new version, right? So I think he comes in and starts him. If I'm him, I'll probably play him. Let's see what happens. If he even decided to try him. No stats whatsoever, so he's not the guy yet. All training camp long, they talked about Cody Cunningham pushing Eric Mahoney, and yet Eric Mahoney gets to start over here. So he picks up Muhim McCargo out of free agency. He still has Hanif Anderson and Nicholas Singleton still here. At the receiver level, did he do anything here? Chase is here, Palmer here. He picked up McCole Hardman, and then he picks up Addison Oakley. Nice speed over there as well. And Amari Jackson inside will never see the field. At tight end, did he get anything here? Still got the same 2 tight ends. Where did he get big at? Look at the line. All right, so Pat Mellon, 6'9", 345, 97 strength. Superstar at center, great pick. Darsaw's there, right tackle. We good. We need Santiago there.
Come on, boys.
Free agency. We did a lot of things in free agency.
Oh, yeah, hold
Terrell
that.
Diggs is still here. Landon Jackson is still here at D tackle. Now he lost his D tackle. He's on the Texas team right now, but he picks up Myles Garrett without the abilities, and then he go get Reg White. You cannot go wrong here with a D tackle at 6'9", 365. But this guy got 87 speed, 87 excel, 90, and here's where he fucked up. I see. I know I'll be missing things. Finesse move that has to get put up. All right. So again, Reg White is going to be a problem over here for this team right now. He already loaded that D tackle. He was already there, but you needed that game changer, that guy that the headline grabber, and that was Reg White. So I like that. I don't know if this was his first overall.
Come on.
Yep. First pick 7. He was supposed to go there. I like that. All right, so we look at the linebacker core. Vicente Barlow is still here. He looked like he did lose a couple of players. We got Sean Murphy. That's been a dog. Dylan Moses, we know who he is as he get up there in age. But then he gets Bangy headshot right now, man. 95 speed, 95 excel, 6'5", 245. He's a tank. We already know. 85, 95 tackling, 95.
Go get the safety, son.
Can I join Logan John fan?
Please, go get the safety.
You want to hit me on Instagram, Madden Franchise Junkies. At me at Madden Franchise Junkies. Send me a message and we can go from there, buddy. Alright, so I like Bangy headshot, man. If he comes out on X Factor, he's a fucking monster. Even if he doesn't, he's a superstar or X Factor, one of the two, right? And superstar. So I'm cool with that. Now the question is, you are completely loaded and got nothing but hitters at middle linebacker, right? So what do you do? Who's going to play outside linebacker? You're already looking at Vicente Barlow, right?
Well, y'all know what kind of coverage this is.
I might sit him down because I'm looking over here. You still got Mike Ware, Cole, and you got TJ Duffy still here. You got some weapons over here at linebacker. You got a decision to make between these 3. Because Bangy got to start ASAP. So do you go Dylan Moses and headshot at middle linebacker and move Sean Murphy out to the outside? That's what I would do. I would move Sean to the left outside linebacker. And then you got some shit going on over here at corner. Reloaded. Deuce Chestnut here. Martin Johnson is still there. Ambry Thomas is here. Daylon Everett is here. You got Donovan Johnson is here for agency pickup. Then you pick up Emmett McAllister, 6'3", 191.
You're 15 yards.
And then you got Dante Jackson, just a mentor of young guys. Now you got a whole shitload of corners over here, and if I'm a guy in the league that need a corner, I'm looking at this team right here.
You're 15 yards.
Now what is Emmett? Is Emmett a superstar? Would be the question. Yes, sir. We got 6'3" corner that you can plug in with Johnson already at 6'3". Deuce Chestnut was a dog. I think McAllister has to move up and play in your top 3. So he's good at corner, man, for sure. Still got the my player at safety.
We still get the first.
Dorian Caldwell at safety.
We still get the first.
I like the Dolphins. The Dolphins did lose some players because he took the team over and just couldn't recuperate from what was going on already. So he lost a couple players, but he made up for it. He did a good job in the draft. I would think that we will find out how good is this move right here. Do we get Cunningham as a starter, or does he stay with Eric Mahoney? Outside of that, I think they're loaded all across the board. They got really good receivers. Tight ends are solid. They loaded at offensive line, defensive line, great. Their front 7 is really good, and they got a really good cornerback. So I like what the Dolphins did. Y'all gonna be surprised that I talked about the Jets, the Bills. I thought Mike had a really good draft, right? And the Dolphins did a solid ass job as well. But the player that rebounded and really showed his ass like yesterday was,
damn it, Pat, you had the fucking hole.
You're a fat boy.
And let's just be real. The Patriots wilded out in this offseason. Now, the most controversial pick last year was AI. Now that he doesn't have Trevor Lawrence on the roster anymore, he committed fully to his young quarterback. So we go from laughing at him, talking about him, saying it was dumb and all that, to him saying kiss my ass. Now he had a 72.8 rating last year, 3,065 yards, 29 touchdowns. He threw 44 picks though, and he was sacked 55 times. That's a high. That's a really high amount of times. He was getting his ass cracked. And then he comes out and have a really good game week 1. 131, 238, 3 touchdowns, and an INT, 1 sack. So looks like Najee is ready in his second season right now. So he might be joking on us like he might be able to say joke on you now. Javion Hawkins, good speed back with no abilities. But then, you know, Cooley's still here with good speed as well. But then they go pick up Nathan Means, 5'11", 250, 92 overall. Guy gonna come out 96 speed with that type of body build, 98 trucking, 98 break tackle. He is a monster. If you can get him going and understand how to play him and use him and get maximum running out of this guy, because he's a big time back. He's a 20 to 25 carries a game type running back. And can he do it, right? So that's the one thing. Then you look at, make sure you do not. Oh my God, he's sticky. He picks up Racey McMath in free agency. He picks up fuck out of here in free agency, right?
I'm gonna tell you that ass,
and
bro.
already had his money for Vic
Yeah,
Allen.
that was
And Anthony Schwartz has been a top 3 receiver in the league.
I ain't like that.
So my question is, you go get all these guys. And sometimes you ask yourself these questions. I got you, bro. When I'm done my podcast show, I'll check it out. And we'll kick it. I'll kick it to you at the end of the podcast show too. But you know how guys got money all of a sudden in free agency, and they just see shit, they just grab it. But do you grab it with a sense of understanding what you're doing with your team, or you just grabbing it because they're there and you got the money to do it, right? Because I do think, you know, Anthony Schwartz is who he is. No matter what quarterback he had over here, Anthony Schwartz always stood out for the Patriots. He's always been a top 3 receiver in the league. His my player had a late career start, but he started to play pretty well with him. As you can see,
I'm down with that, Dotton.
You go from 2025 on, he's been pretty solid, up and down here, but pretty solid, right? 10 touchdowns. So now you got 2 dog at receiver that you can use, and he's using them pretty well. But then you pick up Racey McMath, and you pick up fuck out of here, what room you have for him, and then you draft Maurice Teller. Let's see who you drafted him at. Fourth round pick, 6.
No, let me pick it. You got Lurko on.
Natron Means, I think it was a 2nd round pick.
They be holding me, bro.
Third round pick, Natron Means. Boy, if you lucky I ain't pick at the end of the line. I like this pick. I like this pick. This is Hero Burgers going in the draft. Like, now who would Anthony take? This is somebody I know. He made it. I'm gonna look at these guys thoroughly because I know him, and I'm gonna pick all the niggas he wants.
Come on, man, hold me.
Teller, you know, I play with Maurice Teller in every game. A Game of Thrones league is Maurice Teller's always made for me, for my team. He goes and gets him. He knows who he is, and he goes to show off with him right away too. He played pretty well. 5 catches, 50 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'm telling you, these rookie receivers stepped up in the first week, bro. But then my question would be like, I mean, you're loaded at receiver. Nothing wrong with that, but again, Racey McMath won't touch the football because you don't have enough balls to go around for all these guys right now, man. So it's almost like, what do you do? What are you doing with these players right now? This guy ain't gonna see the field.
No.
So I think he has to find out who he wants as his top 3 receivers. Even top 4, but knowing he only going to use. I mean, nah, you know what? Let me not do that. The Hero Burgers will use 3. I can see him using 3 receivers because now he got a horse in the backfield that can take a lot of pressure off his quarterback. And as long as he's giving this guy anywhere from 15 to 20 carries, even though I said 20 to 25 carries, if he give him anywhere from 15 to 20 carries, he's not throwing as many picks as he usually throw. And he can kind of open the field up a lot, especially with the quarterback that he got over there. He's solid at tight end. Chuck Spencer is still here. He picks up the good kid on free agency that he had. He picks up Walter Vogel, 97 strength, 6'6", 308 pound superstar. Good move. The line, so he said, for a guy to not you know, take that one season off where he
Just gotta
really
get
didn't pay
talent
attention
over
to
here.
the team,
We'll be
really
alright.
didn't do anything. Then he kind of fucked up shit because he made trades and got rid of his top picks and stuff like that. He came back and turned this shit back around fast, and I really appreciate what he did
Tight
over
ends
there.
are selling fire.
Do need some more, a little bit of abilities when it comes to your linemen. Steve Keenan, 6'8", 345, 99 strength. Another dog at on the line. So he picked up 2 linemen, picked up a dog receiver, picked up a dog running back to go along. So now what he did was he got weapons and protection for his quarterback, and that's what you're supposed to do. Now on the D side, Miles Murphy is still here. Fred Hansard needs maybe a little bit better at the end on that side of things. D tackles is okay, but not great. Tyron Hooper, however you want to say it, picked him up in free agency, and he
You can
drafted
throw a
Brad
fucking
Osborne last year.
lollipop
So
in
he
the
got,
middle of
you
the
know,
field.
still taking care of things. Smell Mundan comes out of free agency, another guy out of free agency. So he's cleaning up his linebacker position where he's weak at. He steals the Lions' my player and Antonio Todd. Now you got him outside linebacker with good speed over there. In the secondary, corners is here.
It's a full pet. You can go look at the roster.
This guy would never see the field.
Nigga
So
Dottie
pretty
probably
good at the cornerback
95
position.
speed or
And
better.
he drafts Shawnee Teller.
You gotta go look at the roster, Falky. Playing regular teams, you gotta see who the guys are.
Draft, pick 1, pick 6. Round 1, pick 6, Shawnee Teller. You get the best safety in the draft for sure. Great pick.
See who the guys are.
I was surprised that he still went safety, and I'm not mad at it. I think this was a hell of a pick by him. Great pick by him. But he attacked the safety position in free agency and last year's draft. So although the controversy was he didn't get the safety he wanted last year, and that's what caused him probably to come back and get the best safety in the draft this year. I could tell you this, Shawnee Teller wouldn't have passed 10 at all. He was going. The fact that he made it to 6 was even impressive. It was crazy to me as well. But Shawnee Teller is an animal at safety right now, 96 speed, 96 cell, 6'4", 225. Now he can use him at the sub linebacker and back deep, you know. But he also grabbed a couple guys out of free agency, so he's loaded at the safety position. You have to pay attention to that. So you got to know numbers when you play him. You got to be able to know who's this guy, who's this guy. You don't want to see these guys sitting in that corner over there. It can happen real fast. Then he picked up the Sean Kilgore, so he goes dummies on safety. He picked up Jamie Wright last year in last year's draft. So he got really good safeties with speed that can both go down and play sub linebacker. I think Hillberger's had the better draft out of the AFC East. And I said I was doing the South when I'm on the AFC East right now, right? But I think he did have the better draft. They all did a good job. I think they all got better. I think, but I do think this Hillberger closed the gap a little bit. I do think he could put some pressure on the Jets this year for the division with this team. If he can get that run game going and cut down the turnovers, I think he can really put this division on notice. So I like what he did over there. I like what they did. I think Hillberger's won though in the offseason last night over there. So I'm going over to the NFC South. I'm assuming the Bucks won that division, right? So when you look at the Bucks, you got to look at free agency because he don't have no draft picks. All right, so again, and then his roster changes every offseason. Not bringing guys back and so on, right? So we're gonna look at it. I'm just gonna take a look and see are they still in great competition mode right now. They do take Tetris McMillan from the Las Vegas Raiders, let their top dog receiver go, and he goes to a passing team as well. So he got Tetris over there. I like it. He spent the second, third, and fourth, or first, second, and third on Carlos Pesos going into the playoffs. So he really didn't have any draft picks because of this player right here. So my question is, if he did all that, what did he do for you week 1? 7 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Not bad. They got him involved right away. They got him late last year. So all right, so now you got a whole bunch of receivers over there, but we already know where his grade go at, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. He can go as far as 5 deep at receiver. He thought he had something with the Chase Claypool getting moved to tight end. I will have to check that through 238 pounds. I don't know if he put in for this to be able to move him there, but Jake Brennerstore is still there. Let's see what he got. Did he draft anybody? There you go, Jared Britton. Nope, terrible. Gotta get better at the line. What did he do over there? He didn't have any picks, but you know, he's gonna pick up some yards so he get Max Crosby. So he got a lot of these older guys out of the free agency that when he picked them, they had abilities, but they're 30 years old and they getting dropped. So looking at it, trying to figure out what he got. His team is good, but he lacks ability.
How the fuck he got up there that fast?
Gerald Caldwell's not bad.
My fastest linebacker.
But, you know, to me, with all the linebackers in here, I don't know about that. So looking, got no Sean Wright. So he attacked free agency.
You see me trying to get
He's
over.
been getting by, but I don't think he put himself in a situation to get to a Super Bowl with this team right now. I just think he lacks abilities. Look at the safeties. The Fox he traded for.
When you want to stop, boys.
Kind of got guys over in Darwin James.
Another
Bucks
drive,
won the
get a
division,
drive,
but I don't think
press
they're
back on.
comfortable enough to say they want to win it again, yo. I don't really like the
know
roster.
you
You still
good.
got to
What?
get this roster better.
They ain't
So
no
much stuff
excuse.
that you can go
Still
out there and
breathing.
get. Guys got so many players that they don't
Check
need
three.
to use right
That's
now.
his
They
guy.
got abilities. You need
Check 3.
flat out need to try to
Number
trade
3.
or get these players right now because that's what's going to hurt you down the stretch. And I mean, at the end of the day, you still play at a top level, and you don't have one of the better rosters in the league.
Check 3. That's where you want to
This
go.
division with the Falcons.
Crossing route.
So let's talk about this. Last year, the Falcons struggled with Bam Gorey. He traded for Bam Gorey the moment he got in the league. He used Bam Gorey. Bam Gorey got him in the playoffs a couple of times. He really played terrible last year, as you can see.
Keep a minute.
I'm about to pick that shit off.
All his years, and it's his lowest QB rating, and then this is the first year outside his first season where, you know, 40 INTs to 21 touchdowns really wasn't good, 35 sacks. That's around his average a year.
Oh, blitz. ETN, you got a fucking
average a year. I think that this team was on the cusp of falling apart. So a big thing was needed. Either firing coaches or you finding a new QB, right? And he did that. I think he can't go.
Oh my God, he jumped over him. You seen that?
I would put the 3 on him. And I think this is a game changer for him. He is a dual threat quarterback user. He likes the dual threatness to be able to roll out and make plays, you know, with a guy that can speed and reset the pocket and things like that. So I like Michael Iverson. I think he's a hella fucking pick. And he got him in the first round. He was able to stay still as a playoff team and get him at pick 19, which was solid. So you get your quarterback. And you know, all else fail, you still can slow walk this guy. Make sure it's snaps count. Yes, sir. You can slow walk him because you still got Bam Gorey, but I do think that, like I said, you would either want to fire your coach or you had to get
Pick him up.
And they did that. In the run game, they are loaded. They loaded one of the best running backs out the draft as a receiver running back. He could do both in between the tackles and catch the ball at a high level out the backfield. But again, they're loaded at running back over here. But I think this team will find a way to get these running backs all touches. They might not have the best numbers, and you might not have a guy with 1,200, 1,400 yards rushing if you're using all of them. But I think that will open his offense up because he has different guys to use in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So you got the guys that you can do a little bit of both with. But Jamar Gibbs, I would think he'll be the go-to back with Roger Craig being a lot more involved in the passing game. So there we go there. Fullback, Justin Sanders, dog. Right, so then we go to receivers, Raheem Jarrett, Xavier Terry, Diamond Boomer still here, and then Shalik Knox and Brandon Enos. I told y'all Brandon was going to unlock off his rookie year last year. He's unlocked now. I think they are really loaded at receiver, and they got a bunch of toys for whatever one of these quarterbacks is going to be the starter over here. But I do think Shalik Knox separated himself in his rookie season, and then last year kind of got kind of didn't get the calls, man. They didn't call his number a lot last year. So I think that, through training camp and all that, he started to show preseason games that he's the guy. I think he's starting to get him more involved, and I think that's necessary to get him more involved because he had a great rookie campaign, but then had a terrible sophomore campaign. Loaded at tight end, Alice White.
Oh, he
sir.
dropped it.
6'6", with good speed, 93 speed, 93 excel, 96 special catch, so that changes some things over at the tight end position.
He dropped that
Loaded
shit.
at tight end, so that gives him so many different things he can do. He can come out with 3 tight end sets and run the ball with Roger Craig in the backfield.
No.
Or he can spread you out with all those receivers. So let's just see how he translates this offense this year.
He got aggressive tackling on, fellas.
Farther than what he has been doing with his offense.
Nah,
If he can do that, they got a new offensive
Crazy if you don't got it on.
They pick up Paul Shelley, right guard, 90 overall,
That's why I
97
asked,
strength. That's a good move. I like that. My right tackle, still got Jack Owens there. On the defensive side of things, they still loaded. All 3 of these defensive ends are solid. All of them really. DeMarvin Lil is a top tier guy in the league. And then you look at the D tackles, you got Joe Dexter, who's all Neil Terrell Jr. and Alex Cunningham. So all 3 of these guys are ability guys. Cunningham, in my opinion, 86 strength. I don't know.
We'll make us fight. We'll make these Giants fight, baby.
Smith, Jaden Sneed. Both these guys been there. He drafted these guys. Teron Willis was a monster when he came out a couple drafts ago. So he didn't have to attack the linebacker position, but he already had that. Now, where did he get better at? Jason Marshall's here. Gabe Dell is still here. Jaden Hill is still here. But he picks up Steven Springs. This is the Sean Spring clone. Everybody remember him from Ohio State. If you don't, you're an idiot. But anyway, 6'3", 184, 97 speed, 96 acceleration. This guy got 90 press right now. In my opinion, you got to move him into your number 1. He also got Keyshawn Harvey as well. So he got another couple corners. Now, we see a lot of corners over here. A lot of it is just window dressing. You got to find out who the guys are going to be. And then from there, you might want to move some of these guys. Again, guys in the league that need corners. You got 9 of them over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them over there. At safety, Jalen Green is back. Nick Wake is back. So you got a sub linebacker and safety. Forward here, he picked up Shane Simon, still here, Jordan Robinson. So all these guys are loaded. I like this Falcons roster, bro. All he got to do is figure out depth chart. Who's going to start? What combinations work the best for you? How are you going to distribute the ball amongst your weapons on offense, and defensively, what's your best matchups? Who's your front 4, your back, your front 7, and your DBs? Now, which your DB combinations are you going to use? And then trying to get the max out of them. And then is the new offensive coordinator going to improve this team to be able to win the division this year? That's the question I would have for them.
No, I did that on purpose. Go ahead, accept it.
Alright, so I'm not going to talk about the Saints because they didn't draft, or the Panthers, neither one of them draft. I do think this. The Saints, I will say this, the Saints coach is good enough to take his team off the first year, not knowing nothing he has over here, and then, playing a couple of games and getting that shit right to the point where he'll be fighting for this division. You'll see what I'm talking about as we go along. But it's up for the Bucks and the Falcons to hold the Saints off. Do not let him come in as a new coach in year 1 and win this division. Y'all gotta fight him off. Simple as that. They lost a lot of fucking weapons due to free agency because the other coach that had this team didn't sign nobody back. So as a commissioner, I will not let nobody fall off. If we bring a new guy in, he has to be able to keep up with the league. Everything's 99'd out. Superstar abilities running around everywhere. We had to make sure he could stay in that same brass bracket. Like, you pick up Nick Fitzpatrick. You don't realize that he ain't going to keep him a superstar at all until he's 32 years old. But look at him, bust a move as soon as he came in and hit free agency right away. And they put this team together. They pick up Justin Reed. A lot of these guys, let me let them know, 30 years.
I'm tightening up.
You might want to cut him.
That shit crazy. He bounced off mad first tackle.
What's going on? Yeah, like, nobody wants to tackle.
Of the abilities. So with that being said, though, the Saints is in the building, and I do think the Bucks and the Falcons are in a situation to fight them up. I like the Falcons winning the division this year. I just think he got the weapons. I think getting a new quarterback and starting that new quarterback is going to breathe new life into him. And if he does it the right way, he can get away with it playing with a rookie. These are not normal rookie quarterbacks. These quarterbacks are legit starters, day one starters. The moment they unlock, man, they just as good as any quarterback in the league already. And that was done by design. I decided to do that on purpose to make guys make decisions. Some of you guys, stuck playing with some quarterbacks, in my opinion, that y'all shouldn't have been playing with anymore. Like, it's time to move on from these guys. And the Falcons is one of them. I don't think he been playing with a quarterback that he had to move on from. I just think that, the scheme, the offensive coordinator, everybody caught up to what he was doing. Simple as that. And the offensive coordinator lost his job, bro. And when that comes in, you bring another offensive coordinator in here. Like I said, people got to get blamed. Who takes the blame? Well, the head coach ain't gonna take the blame. He already made the first move by firing his offensive coordinator and bringing in that offensive coordinator. They like, man, bring me a quarterback, get me a quarterback, a better quarterback. I don't want this 5'11" quarterback, dual threat guy. He got a strong arm, but I don't like his interception ratio to touchdowns. And if you look at him through the 4 seasons he played for the Falcons, his interceptions was high. And it really wasn't too much of a separation between touchdowns and INTs. And because of that, man, it's like, man, look, bro, this guy, did he max out? This is what we're going to get. Can he do anything outside of what he's doing already? And what he's doing already isn't enough for us to be consistently winning playoff games and being in the playoffs and winning this division. So they go get Iverson. They go get Michael Iverson. And you already know. He's going to sell jerseys and sell tickets just because of who he is. ATL about to be on fire because of the quarterback. So let's see things happen over here again. The Bucks and the Falcons have to stop the Saints from coming in year one as a coach over here and winning the division. Gotta stop that from happening. So that's their division, man. Now I'm not going to any more divisions. What I want to talk about is week 1 and what happened in week 1. I want to talk about some of these rookies and their debuts and what went on. Because as I was looking through things, it looked like the receivers had big days. All of them made impact. Made impacts. I wish I had highlights because we could show you a couple of those moments that happened. There's a few of those that happened all over the field that I watched. Shit.
Come on, he's not supposed to have time, bro. I sit like 9. Not really, it's in like 7. What the fuck is going on? Diddly dallying in the pocket. How the fuck everybody get picked up?
You gotta make a decision. You can't stop both of us. Can't stop both of us.
I literally middle third you. I can't believe this fucking game, bro. I can't believe this shit.
Put the big boys on the same side, man. That's over 14 feet of height, baby. You gotta make a decision.
Alright, so with that being said, man, let's take a look at what happened in week 1.
Come on, let's get a stop. Come on, let's get a stop.
We got King Falk and Young Max playing the Junkies right now, man.
Let's get a stop. Come on, he going on number 3. You know where he's going.
Alright, so week 1 Dolphins, Patriots. Quick recap of this, 26-17. The Patriots are back right now.
Nothing cheap. He going in his bag right now.
Y'all clowned me all last year. Y'all listened to the commissioner talk shit, talking about graveyard spot, and clown me as a coach and a team all last year. And I'm about to show y'all who the fuck the real clown is, right? And I'm riding out with that. 131-2. We showed you that 238 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 INT, 1 sack for Najee Harris, my son. In the run game, they trying to still have 14 carries. He's showing that he wants to run the ball. That's a lot of carries for a Hillbillies team. 14 for 58 yards, 4.1. I'm not mad at that in your rookie debut. Najee had 8 yards a carry, 4.
Sorry, we'll give it up.
So
give it up.
As well.
Cheap.
The receiving situation,
Armado, nothing cheap.
You can't hear me because of my mic, or you can't hear me because they want to fuck dummies in the background? I'm confused.
Too much, man. Too much.
I mean,
You
my
just
phone
don't got the corners right now.
Hit her.
Play what you want. Let's give him something different. Give him something different. So we can think about it. Think about it.
Too far away. What about now?
Let's make him think about it. Come on. Let me think about it. I don't know where we at. Come on. Let's make him think about it, coach.
Alright. Better now? Alright. Nah, we can hear you better. Alright, bet. Alright, so again, Natron means and the run game. But then you look at the Patriots, Schwartz does what Schwartz do. He scored a touchdown. 4 catches, 81 yards, 20 yards a catch, and a touchdown. Natron Means caught the ball 7 times out the backfield for 75 yards, 10.7 yards a catch. Maurice Teller in his rookie debut, 5 catches, 50 yards, 2 touchdowns, 10 yards a catch. He ain't played bad at all, so I'm impressed with that. Good shit. That's the first receiver that we saw as a rookie go bonkers. Giants Saints didn't get played. Bears Packers, I'm not sure if this game was played. Yes, it was. I'm looking at it right here. Go right to the stats and we see who did what. Corey Stanley, 322, 4 touchdowns, no INTs. Archie Manning, 38.2 QB rate, 160 yards, 5 INTs. Not looking good at all there, coach. Let's go get the Bears and see what happened. They didn't run the ball well at all. They tried to get Tim involved. 4 catches, 46 yards. That about it. No touchdowns. Ross and Brevin Jordan, the tight end, is the weapon over here. He had 3 touchdowns. There's you have it. Now we get down to the Vikings. Panthers didn't play. Texans Jaguars definitely played. 63 points, man. 63-17. The Jaguars got the ass whooped in this game. Let's go look at it. Zach Wilson, 158.3 QB rating, 400 yards, 7 touchdowns. This guy threw 7 touchdowns week 1. Oh my God. Bryce Young, 47.3, 210, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. So he played like shit. But Zach Wilson had 7 passing touchdowns in this game. Jesus Christ, he went dummies. Ruggs, 16 carries, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. Let's go look and see what happened in the receiver. Nah, that wasn't no computer love numbers, right? Oh yeah, computer love numbers for sure. But let's go look over here. Butchie Spearman, 7 catches, 188 yards, 5 touchdowns. Jesus Christ. 7 touchdowns, 7 catches, 188, 5 touchdowns. He let Butchie go dummies. And Callie Johnson in his rookie debut, 4 catches, 102 yards, 25.5 yards a catch, and 2 touchdowns. Man, we saw Maurice Teller have 2 touchdowns, but this guy played better. 4 catches, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns in his rookie debut. Callie Johnson, Megatron, the son of, you know what I'm saying? Good shit, bro. He dummies over there. That was computer game numbers right there, man. Steelers Bengals, gotta stop here and take a look at what happened over here. Vic did get the start, 100.7 QB rating, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. Quinn Ewers, 5-star, threw 6 touchdowns and 2 picks. These guys out here playing. They out here Mafia, 12 carries, 147 and a touchdown. Sherman got the carries in this game, 10 carries for 117 and 2 touchdowns. Najee, 6 yards a carry, but he only had 9 carries. Vic also had 29 yards as well. In the passing game, let's take a look at both. Knox had 6 catches, 149, 2 touchdowns. The tight end comes in and has a big day. 6 catches, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Guys is not playing. They are using their rookies right now. Marvin Harrison Jr., 5 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown. John Mechie, 1 catch, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Reek, 2 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. So he swung that thing back around when we didn't really see no catches from Beckham. He didn't really get no burn whatsoever. But the 3 guys that make plays for him, along with that tight end now, he has 4 guys that all seen the end zone. Good shit, but that's not the most impressive shit. We got to go here to the Bengals. And in his debut, Lawrence Teller Jr., 7 solos, 1 assist, 8 tackles, 3 sacks. God damn, he balled out. And he wasn't even the top sack guy on his team, man. Marcus Johnson in his third season with 5 sacks. So the Bengals was balling, man. Lawrence Taylor Jr., 3 sacks. I wonder if that's the most amongst all the rookie pass rushers that came in the league this year. He had 3 of them things. He balled out. Good shit over there. As far as INTs go, Stewart, the safety McPherson, and Moorridge had a pick in this game. But shout out to LT. I gotta play that too, man. You got these guys shit, bro.
I'm impressed.
We gotta play Marcus Johnson, his 5 sacks. Lawrence Taylor Jr., his 3 sacks. Even Peyton Page had a sack. So we gotta play that today, man. Shit. Good shit by the Bengals, man. Guys are using their players right now. And then you got the football team and the Seahawks. Let's take a dive into offensively and see what happens.
Go away is coming back. Go away is coming back.
All-Star, I just want to talk to see that. All-Star had 7 attempts. He had a touchdown to catch the ball in the backfield.
He said before he did. The going away is coming back. You said it, Pat. Come on.
So All-Star in his debut had 2 touchdowns. That's all I wanted to say. I just want to see the rookie did anything in this game right now. Lions 49ers. Let's see what happened over here. It's a tight game too. Dustin Crum. De'Aaron King played. What happened to Crum? He started. Oh my God. This when you think the Lions is doing something, he does something different. 135.4, 357, 3 touchdowns in the INT. He doesn't even start his starting quarterback. Desmond Ritter had 127. He threw for 193 yards, 2 touchdowns in the INT. In the run game, of course, Henderson 23 carries. This guy get 23 carries no matter what the fuck type of game it is. It's week 1. Nano runs the ball 23 times with his running back. Journey barely touches the ball. And that's that. Jaleel Skinner, 8 catches. Mario Williams had 100 yards. Tyreek Black, 91 in the touchdown. Lil Neff out the backfield, 255 in the touchdown. And then Rashad Barner also had a 26-yard touchdown.
Some bullshit. Come on, man.
And the Browns-Ravens game. Get to it. Lamar had 108.3 QB rating. Glass and Staubach didn't really have big days at all. Lamar did throw 4 interceptions in this game. This game was an interception nightmare for this game. No real big running out of the running backs. And then when you get to the receivers, you look at the Browns as a whole. Peyton had 7 catches for 110 yards, but he didn't see the end zone. Shit, his running back caught the ball 10 times out the backfield for 65 yards. So it was like he was running the ball 6.5 yards. Terry had 3 catches, 61 yards. Franklin 2 for 51. Arroyo 4 for 50. None of them seen the end zone. So he had a couple of big plays made, but none of them seen the end zone. Darnell Washington had 4 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Waddle 3 for 85. Priestwork 1 catch, 84 yards to the career. Randy Moss 4 for 71 and a touchdown. JoJo Early had 1 for 43 and a touchdown at the same time, right? So they balled out. But my thing of this game, in my opinion, was Andy Katzenmeyer, the rookie. I told y'all in the last Real Talk when we talked about top players that got picked. I'm telling y'all who he is. 8 tackles, 3 tackles for losses. He didn't have a sack, didn't have a pick, but he did do this. If he catch you, he hits you, you're going to let that bitch go. Simple as that. 2 of them things. That's that. All right, so I'm going out of there. Let's go to week 2. We got some matchups. 49ers Cowboys is the big game. I definitely can't wait to see this Steelers game versus the Patriots. I do think by the time they play this game, the Steelers will have his team back intact. Vikings Bucks is a big game. Got some big games lined up already. Jags and Titans already played. Tennessee 28-31. Tennessee gets their first win. I want to see that those running backs over there play a big win in this. 2 touchdowns. Yes, sir. Marshawn Lynch Jr., 19 carries, 124 yards, and a touchdown. What about that fast-ass receiver? What he do over there? Titans receivers. Shelton had a touchdown. McKitty had a touchdown. All right.
Good throw. Good route. Good throw.
Giants, Packers, Browns, Texans is a hell of a game. I can't wait to see this game. This might be the must-see game, to be honest with you. Bears, Rams is another hell of a game. Jets, Chargers, Chiefs football team is a good game to watch. Rich the Barber being back, playing the Broncos is going to be a good game to watch. And then the Ravens and the Bengals is a good game to watch, along with the Dolphins and Bills. So all these games got some good, like, situations that you want to key in and pick up on, especially, you know, those that got some good rookies over here. You want to see what they're going to do in these games. But I would say the game of the week, in my opinion, would probably be the Texans-Browns game. This is big. This is a big game for the Browns and Texans on both flip sides of it. Browns don't want to start 0-2. Texans want to show who he is this year. He likes his team. He did a really good job in the draft and through free agency. And, he feel like he has the pieces he needs to make that run to win the division this year. And it starts right now with the Browns right now. So I can't wait to see that matchup. And then football team, man. Who are you? I say this every year with him. Who are you? Simple as that. Who are you on offense? We know you got the top defense in the league, but who are you on offense? Can you beat these Chiefs? The Chiefs been on fire all last year. Are they picking up from where they left off at? You know what I'm saying? So they the games we want to watch. Check it out. Tune in. The Bengals and the Ravens game will be supposed to be played tonight. Hopefully we still playing it. Tune in. I'll let you know right now. I'm on my way. Am I going to Dirty Ass Ohio? Yep. I'm going to Dirty Ass Ohio, so my broadcast will be up shortly. And homeboy that want to get in the league, if you still watching, I will respond to you on my Instagram in a second. Holla at us, you heard?